Are you familiar with sympathy strokes? You know, the additional shots that handicap committees seem to give out all willy nilly to players recovering from injury, which often lead to that player winning a boatload of pro shop credit? Dearborn Country Club in beautiful Dearborn, Michigan, recently held its 2025 Men's Invitational, won by the team of Nelson and Brett Steeper. Although Nelson has his shirt buttoned up past his Adam's apple, which we all know is a sign that he's covering up something, most likely some type of nefarious handicap manipulation, this father-son duo is not the focus of our investigation. Instead, we are looking at the second flight winners of Trevor Goslin and this guy whose last name I can't pronounce, so we're just going to call him Mr. S. If we can take our focus off of Mr. S and his beautiful head of hair, we will notice that Trevor ruined this photograph by holding a White Claw in it, and he also has a cane. According to an anonymous source, Trevor suffered a devastating injury back in January where he broke his tibia, fibula, and part of his ankle bone. Trevor's injury required major surgery and he was not supposed to be able to play golf until late July, but God bless, he recovered enough to be able to play golf on essentially one leg. Here's where things get a little dicey because according to an anonymous source, Trevor threatened to drop out of the invitational if he did not receive extra shots, and he even went so far as to threaten to leave the club if he didn't get these extra shots. And if any of you are thinking, oh wow, Yip, this is pretty close to home. Did you play in this event? Yeah, I sure did. I sure did. Where I witnessed this guy with this so-called injury outdrive everyone by a mile in the shootout. He outdrove this guy by 55 yards on one leg. Now, to be fair, I mean, he's in a three-piece suit. I'm sure that cost him a few yards. Trevor on one leg even outdrove this guy by 50 yards. Yes, this guy whom I'm assuming everyone just refers to you as the king of sex. Chip, I don't care. This guy's gotta have a ton of sex. Begging for extra shots from the handicap committee while being able to drive the ball well over 300 yards. You know where we're going. We're going straight to the game! Trevor Goslin, currently a 3.4 handicap index with a low of 2.2, which is what everyone else had to play off of, which would have given Trevor 2 shots. But if we look at his scorecard, he was getting 6, which happens to be 1 more than I was getting. And he shot 81-78. Okay, it doesn't seem too bad. I don't care. He got too many shots. And they probably would have won the whole thing if Mr. S's bladder wasn't so full from consuming 15 non-alcoholic Heinekens and duffing Trevor's tee shot about 20 yards. Thus giving Nelson Steeper the opportunity to win the event with this putt. And let me tell you, he's not anchoring that thing. I confronted him on the putting green and I was able to squeeze an ace of spades between his thumb and sternum.
He buried it. He buried
They just won it.
Surprisingly, Trevor's modified handicap index due to injury is not the worst I've ever seen.